So apparently Robin Williams committed suicide, and I put air quotes because maybe he didn't actually want to kill himself. Maybe he just drank more than he could handle, but thought he could handle whatever he was drinking. I just wanted to talk about this because I'm just sick and tired of hearing about all these celebrities committing suicide or just hearing about suicides in general, and like hearing about all this shit that keeps happening in the world, right? And you're thinking, oh, well, he's just another actor. Who cares? Why is it such a big deal? But certain celebrities really affect our lives. Like the last person this affected me this much was that affected me this much was Michael Jackson, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people can. I'm sure a lot of people can agree with me on that one. And but the thing is with him, like, I think we all saw that one coming. That tragedy was gonna somehow, But this one, I didn't see this one coming. I'm really shocked because he portrayed a person with a lot of joy and love and life and purity and heart and soul. And so I thought it was very important that I talked about it or just shared my thoughts, because we're living in a world where we just put our feelings away and push it away and pretend like nothing happened and it's not a big deal. We're very desensitized, I think, because of the fact that we hear too much. We're constantly hearing about horrible things happening in the world, right? Like, horrible things. And we're just bombarded with all this bad information so much that I think our minds are just, it's too much, really. So we've started creating, like, shields in our mind to keep us from being in that state of sadness for too long, because then you end up getting depression. And depression is overlooked, it is a very overlooked illness. It's a really bad one. It's the cause of a lot of death, a lot of people taking their lives and stuff, and I just wanted to post this for the people that have something to say but don't want to say it, or just have pushed it away already, and like it just hurts too much to kind of keep letting it. The thing about that, though, is if you don't talk about it, if you don't open up about how you really feel about certain circumstances, it just stays there inside. And I know it seems crazy to be this affected by somebody's death, especially if you're like me and you've never met him and you don't even know him. But the thing is, you kind of feel like you did, When I was a kid, I had a horrible dad, and he was like the dad I wish I had. I wish my dad could have been more like him, and I would imagine that he was my dad, as a kid. Like, we have really great imaginations, and, I, like, lived in those movies. I was one of his kids in Mrs. Doubtfire. I was one of his kids in The Hook. I was with him when he went to Never Never Land. Like, it sounds crazy and insane, but that's what he did for me. He brought me out of this darkness that was my reality with my actual dad, and brought me into this, like, place of, like I knew that that's what a dad was supposed to be like. My dad was messed up and screwed up, but he portrayed as a father. That's what a real man is supposed to be, and I'm sure that a lot of guys, like, took a lot from him too, you know, and I'm sure there are great dads because of what he portrayed as a dad, you know? So when you see that, when you see how great someone is with kids, it makes you feel like that's a really good person, you know? You see how great someone is with people, and you know, in the Dead Poet Society, how much he like cared about those students that he had. Like, man, you know, you wish you really did know him in real life. You know, I don't know what he was really like in real life, but I know that as somebody who does a little acting, you know, a lot of the person, a lot of the people that characters he portrays, he has to invest into them, invest a little bit of himself in those people, invest a little of his how he would react in this situation, and how he would do that, and how he would say this, you know, and if that were happening to him, you know, and even when he portrayed reenactments of other people's lives, he still had to use a little bit of his opinion as to what he thought that person would say or do based on whatever he'd seen that person say or do in interviews or documentaries or in real life, you know, um, and just as what a lot of, you know, people say about him and how he was portrayed, you know, as a person, as a human being, like in real life, just shocking, you know, and so that's why it affects me, and I'm sure a lot of other people as well, and so for people who are feeling this weird, like, darkness around them and they just don't understand what it is because of this, maybe you're like me and you know, and like he's obviously not the only one, you know. You know what this has taught me is that, what this has taught me is in depression you may think you're alone and no one loves you, no one cares about you, whatever it is, whatever reasons you have for being depressed, or past choices you've made, mistakes you've done, not unforgiveness of yourself, unforgiveness of others, hurt that you've gone through in your life, whatever it is that keeps reoccurring in your mind, you know, like, what this has taught me is that, man, like, it's so not true. Whatever you're thinking about, it's not true because, like, you are loved. Like, I don't know what he was thinking, but if he was thinking no one cared about him and no one loved him, so not true. So not true. Because I'm not the only one who's this affected. And as a person who does act, you know, like, I mean, he helped me fall in love with acting, you know, like, one of the reasons I wanted to be in, do anything, have anything to do with acting is what he did do, you know, how he captured people with his movies and how he helped people, you know, like, I wanted to do that. I want to be like that too, like, you know, through the thing is, like, basically, yes. So, you know, I just pray for his family. I hope he's in heaven. And for anyone who is feeling the way I'm feeling right now and just can't talk about it, don't want to talk about it because they think that they don't have the right to, because they didn't know him personally and they shouldn't feel as sad as they do. And, you know, whatever other reasons you don't feel like you should talk about it or can't talk about it, you know that you're not the only one, and you're not the only one who thinks the world's going to shit. You're not alone, and feeling alone, and you know, you are loved, and I just thank you, Robin Williams, for your many years of affecting my life and allowing me to pretend I had a really great dad. So thank you for your entertainment. And I hope that this will uh, open people's eyes. Uh, I really do. To life and to love. And God bless you and your family and all your fans and friends and stuff.